Welcome to Cravings Control for Fat Loss. I'm your host, Laura Cavallo, former sugar binger, overeater, and yo-yo dieter turned fat loss and cravings coach for hundreds of busy women. Here at Cravings Control for Fat Loss, I'll be sharing mindset, movement, and metabolism strategies for those who are ready to ditch the fat diet cycle and slim down without counting calories, tracking points, or giving up any of the foods they love. Get ready to embrace progress over perfection, grace over guilt, and bring curiosity and learning to the inevitable ups and downs of your life. Expect a decrease in your cravings while seeing and feeling an improvement in how you look, how you feel, and your overall quality of life. I am so excited you're here, boo. Let's get started. Welcome to another episode of Cravings Control for Fat Loss. My name is Laura Cavallo, your cravings coach. And today I want to wish you a happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. And as a way to kick off this summer season, which it's maybe not started for you, or it is starting right now for you, I want to share some nutrition and movement strategies that can help you get through a busy summer. This is going to be part 1, and I'm just going to give you a couple of ideas to help you wrap your mind around making things a little bit easier for you this summer. So this is going to be really actionable, simple nutrition tips, some movement tips, and just things to get your mind going a little bit. Hey there, boo. I'm giving away a $50 gift card to one lucky winner. To enter the drawing, all you have to do is submit a review of this podcast. Your honest review will help me get in front of other women who may be struggling and need a realistic and sustainable approach to their cravings and fat loss goals. Here's what you have to do. If you're a Spotify listener, click the 3 dots next to the follow button and under the cover photo and click rate the show. If you're listening on Apple Podcast, go to the homepage of the podcast and scroll down past the episodes and past ratings and reviews, and you'll find a purple text saying write a review. After you write your review, take a screenshot of it and send it over to me so that I know it's you and I can put you into the drawing for the $50 gift card. I will be taking submissions all the way through end of July, and then I will be drawing that winner and announcing it on the August 3rd podcast. Your review truly means the world to me. Thank you so much for taking 2 minutes of your time. It really means so much. So the first tip I want to give you is, I know that if you're listening to this podcast, that you likely struggle with cravings, you likely struggle with hunger and overeating. You may even have a fat loss goal. I want to, first of all, encourage you to be okay with maintaining your weight at this time and being okay with just accepting yourself, accepting your body, accepting your current state, accepting your weight, your measurements right now. Okay. And, I see this a lot with women that start working with me. They've been dieting since they were 15. They've always been on a diet. It's their default operating mechanism. Every decision they make revolves around, is this going to help me lose weight? And if you've listened to this podcast for any amount of time, you know that fat loss is a phase. It's not something that we do forever. And so the summer might be a good time for you to maintain where you're at without having to stress about calorie cutting, calorie counting, worrying about losing weight, weighing yourself, measuring, all that stuff. So I just want you, first of all, to be okay with maintaining where you're at. And you might even find that the more you lean into some of these busy summer habits and you're not so focused on weight loss, that you actually end up feeling better because you have less stress. Maybe you're making better food decisions because you want to feel better. Maybe you're working on strength gaining, strength building in the gym, and you'll start to see that your body actually starts changing without actually stressing about your weight. So number 1, be okay with maintaining where you're at. And to that tune, you may even gain a couple pounds this summer, right? If you are traveling more and it's busy and there's more alcohol and there's more food, you may end up gaining a couple pounds. It's not the end of the world, okay? It's going to be okay. Even if you gain 5 pounds, even if you gain 10 pounds, it's okay. It might just be a season of life where you were not able to dedicate as much time and attention to some of your health and lifestyle habits. I am giving you the okay because it never feels okay. And we always lead with a lot of shame, with a lot of guilt. And then it makes coming back even more stressful. And it makes having to get back into your routine like this do or die. Obviously, I would love if you were able to maintain really good, healthy habits this summer and you maintained your weight and you felt good in your clothes and you had energy and you had good mood and you had good sleep, I would obviously love that for you. But sometimes life happens. So that was a long tangent for number one. Be okay with maintaining and maybe even gaining a little. The second tip I want to give you is that summertime tend to be a little bit warmer. So I want you to think about having some cut up fresh veggies on hand, okay? As well as some fresh dips to have on hand. Some veggies that will keep in the fridge for the week that will be good to have are things like carrots, peppers, cucumbers. If you don't cut them, you can just have like mini cucumbers. You can also do, if you want, like broccoli or cauliflower, like those really don't digest as well for me. You can do celery, you can do zucchini, you can do squash. I like to have those on hand. And then some of the dips that I like to have are hummus. You can make your own hummus if you want to buy tahini, or you can just buy any old hummus that you find on the shelf. You can also make your own yogurt dip. So get just a little jar of yogurt. You can even throw in like some of the dried onion dip and make like an onion yogurt dip, which is a little higher in protein. How about some guacamole and get crazy in there? So make your veggies a little bit more fun to eat. But if you're having more veggies over the summer, you're going to feel better. You're going to have better digestion. You're going to get those minerals and that fiber in there. The third tip I have for you, and the third strategy, is I want you to try and get outside as much as you can. I want you to be in the sun. I want you to be outdoors. I want you getting into nature. This can be things like gardening, daily walks, daily hikes. You can even sit around a campfire. You can plan a camping trip. You can plan a weekend away to a waterfall or someplace fun. But try and get outside as much as you can, right? We don't get a lot of this in the wintertime if you live in the Northeast or if you live in colder areas. It's really limited. So try and get outside as much as you can. Maybe during your lunch break at work, you're able to get outside for a 15-minute walk, or you can take your breakfast or your lunch outside. Just find ways to get outside a little bit more. It's going to have a positive effect on your mindset and just get you some more vitamin D, hopefully, if there's sun where you're at. Number 4 nutrition tip is to try and barbecue once or twice a week. Barbecuing gets you out of the house. You don't have to heat up the house by cooking. And you can batch cook a bunch of things. You can batch cook chicken. You can batch cook chicken kebabs or shrimp kebabs or veggie kebabs. You can even batch cook burgers, veggie burgers, turkey burgers. And if you're not comfortable barbecuing, seeing if someone else can barbecue for you. Or you can learn, right? I learned how to barbecue, and it's definitely like a practice and a science, but it's actually really gratifying once you're like, oh shit, like I cooked food on this barbecue and I did a really good job. Go for it. Try it out. If you don't have a barbecue, you can find one on like Facebook Marketplace. I have found cheap used grills, like mini grills. If you don't have like a backyard or a place to store one, you can even on your stoop or on a balcony if you have one. You can leave it in your garage, but having a barbecue is really great for the summer. It takes you out of your kitchen so you're not heating up the house. You can make a lot of quick, easy meals and they taste good. And my last tip for this part 1 is to make a batch of unsweetened iced tea. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, we would drink the 4C iced tea. Let me look it up. Oh yeah, 4C iced tea. And this shit is probably all sugar, right? Like I would make it, just fill it up with water and then just do like scoops of this iced tea powder, and it was all sugar. Oh, and the country time lemonade. Oh yeah, all that stuff. But I want to give you a version to make that's going to be not as much sugar and still like flavored water so that you're not just like having to drink water all the time, which can be a little boring. So what I've been doing is I've just been taking tea bags and filling up a pitcher with filtered water. And I've just been placing the tea bags inside of the pitcher of water and letting it steep. You can do it on the counter. You can make sun tea if you want, and then just popping it in the fridge. And it literally is iced tea. You don't even have to boil water. You don't have to do anything. I've been loving this hibiscus tea that I found at Aldi. So I've been making a big batch of that. If you do want to sweeten it, you can use honey or agave if you want. You can add lemon slices. To that point, you can even just make flavored water. So you can do a big like pitcher of flavored water with like mint and lemon or thyme and raspberries, and just like get creative, and have something other than water in the fridge, but keep yourself hydrated with lower calorie, not as sweet, sugary types of drinks. So let me know if you make an iced tea this summer. Let me know if any of these suggestions were helpful. If you have any questions on any of them, I know they're really straightforward. I know they're really simple, but I'm here to remind you that health and moving and nutrition, it doesn't have to be that complicated. It doesn't have to be super time consuming. Even the littlest of little habits, the littlest of little habits can help you feel good. Okay. Let me know if any of these 5 were helpful. Hit me up on Instagram, send me a little message. Let me know what you're doing for this summer. If I missed something, I am going to have a part 2 on the next episode. So check it out. Let me know what you're doing for this summer so I can share it with others. Talk to you soon. Bye.